Good morning, boys and girls. I sure do miss seeing you, but I'm super excited that I can still tell you the chapel story every single week. And I just look forward to when we can see each other again. But hopefully you're having some fun with mommies and daddies and having fun at home and staying safe and healthy. So today our chapel story, well, let me show you this picture. Look at that. Do you know what this is? This is a palm branch. Now sometimes when you go to the beach, you might see a really tall palm tree, and they have these palm branches in the top palm trees. Well, where Jesus lived, there were a lot of palm trees. And the story that I'm going to tell you today, it's got some palm branches are in the story. But before I start the story, let's remember, where do these stories come from that Miss Dana tells you? That's right, they come from the Bible. And are these stories true or not true? That's right, they are true. So today's true story that comes from the Bible, we're going to be talking about Jesus. And Jesus, he was going to take a trip, and he was going to go into a town called Jerusalem. Now, in the town of Jerusalem, the people were so excited that Jesus was coming to their town and that Jesus was coming to see them. So the people in the town, they started talking to each other, and they started remembering some of the great things that Jesus had done. So let's take a minute and remember some of the great things that we have learned about that Jesus has done. One of the great things that they were talking about is, do you remember the story where we talked about how Jesus and his disciples, they were on the boat, and the boat was rocking and rocking and rocking, and it was super windy, and it was raining. It was a really bad storm. Remember that? And Jesus said, "Stop!" And the wind and the waves listened to Jesus and stopped, and the storm went away. So the people were talking about that, and what I want us to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a few great things that Jesus did. We're going to reflect on those, and then after I say it, you're going to take your hand, and I'm going to take my palm branch, and we're going to say, "Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus." So remember, Jesus made the storm stop. So let's say thank you to Jesus by waving our hand, and I'm going to wave my palm branch. Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. Now another thing that Jesus did is, remember, boys and girls, there were a whole lot of people that came to listen to Jesus talk, and they got really hungry. And there was just a little tiny bit of food for a lot of people. But Jesus said a prayer, and he blessed that food, and that little bit of food fed so many people. All right, wave your hand, and I'm going to wave my palm branch. Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. That was another awesome thing that Jesus did. Something else that Jesus did was he helped people who were sick. He helped them feel better. Remember, there were some people that couldn't see, and he helped them see. There were people that couldn't hear, and he helped them hear. There were people that couldn't walk, and he helped them walk. That's so amazing. Let's say, Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. So our people in Jerusalem, they remembered those things that Jesus did, and they were so excited that he was coming to town. You know what they did? They took palm branches, and they cut them down from the trees, and they made a path in the road with them. And then they took some of their coats and jackets and laid those on a path in the road as well. And then Jesus, he came to town, and he was riding on a donkey, and that donkey walked on the path of palm branches and jackets. And the people were so excited to see Jesus. They were saying, Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. Let's say that 3 times. You wave your hand, and I'm going to wave my palm branch. Are you ready? Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus. Good job, boys and girls. Now, we celebrate on Sunday, it's going to be Palm Sunday. And we celebrate Palm Sunday, and that helps us remember that time when Jesus walked into town, into Jerusalem, and people waved their palm branches at him. But we celebrate Palm Sunday because it helps us remember that Jesus is alive. So I'm going to ask you 3 times who is alive, and you're going to tell me Jesus is alive. And again, you're going to wave your hand, and I'm going to wave my palm branch. All right. Who is alive? Jesus is alive. Who is alive? Jesus is alive. Who is alive? Jesus is alive. Good job, boys and girls. So our story today, it helped us remember some of the great things that Jesus did, and it also helped us remember that when Jesus came to Jerusalem, people were so excited to see him, and they waved their palm branches, saying, Hosanna, Hosanna, yay, Jesus, and helps us remember that Jesus is alive. All right, boys and girls, let's say a quick prayer. Bow our heads and fold our hands. And let's talk to God for just a minute. Dear God, we thank you so much for Jesus. We thank you that Jesus is alive. Help us remember to praise Jesus. Help us remember to be kind and to love others. Thank you again that Jesus is alive. Amen. All right, now this is a new month because today is April 1st. So now we have a new Bible verse that Miss Dana is going to teach you. All right, I'm going to stand up to do the Bible verse because we get to turn around when we say this Bible verse. So stand up, and we're going to point up to the sky, and we're going to say, He is alive. All right, so let's say that together. 1, 2, 3. He is alive. And then you're going to hug yourself. So everybody give yourself a big hug. And we're going to turn around and say, forever and ever. All right, let's practice that. Hug yourself, turn around, and say, forever and ever. All right, let's try saying it all together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. He is alive. Turn around. Forever and ever. Let's do it one more time. He is alive. Turn around. Forever and ever. Now we can find that book, make your Bible hands, we can find that Bible verse in the book of Revelations. That is a long word, boys and girls. Revelations. It's in Revelations 1:18. All right, let's say the whole thing together. Are you ready? Here we go. He is alive forever and ever. Revelations 1:18. All right, good job, boys and girls. I'll see you next week. Bye.